What's up, everybody? We're back for another episode of You Heard What I Said podcast. If you like what you hear, like, share, subscribe, ring that bell, put on all the notifications, so you can get all those alerts so you can be ready to hear what it is that we got to say. And it's your girl, Precious, and I'm here with my main one, Kion. What's going on?
What's up, Precious? How are you?
I'm doing all right. Today started off kind of strange, but I'm here and I'm ready to get this topic rolling.
Strange like the eclipse where you wake up and it's dark outside, or just different type of strange?
It might have, could equate to something like that. Just, drama first thing in the morning. Hey, it is what it is. Life just be life. And that's okay. I'm going to roll with the punches,
There you go.
Find all the good positive lessons out of all that's happening and, apply that and keep it moving, So, yeah. So okay. I'm good. I'm good. And I got outside this weekend. So
that's right. You had some we talked about it. You had something to do, somewhere to attend this past weekend.
Yeah. I hung out with family on Saturday.
Okay.
My son, he treated me and his father to lunch, so that was super sweet. It's rare that the kid's like, no, let me take you out. It's like, oh, okay.
Right.
So
I'm gonna make sure if my nephew calls my son or sends a text saying, hey, this is what I did, you gonna step up your game or what? All
right, absolutely. Took us to a hibachi restaurant. We had appetizers and everything. So
no happy meal.
Nice. No happy meal.
Okay.
It was a full-on, full course meal. So that was definitely appreciated. Yeah, that was nice. And then, we did some hanging out a little bit afterwards. And then the following day, me and my really good friend, we went to a comedy show. So that was super exciting. We went out to eat beforehand and went to the comedy show. So I had myself a good time. I enjoyed myself this weekend, and I'm proud that I actually got out the house, that I just sit there and be like, no, let me just get this rest. Let me catch up on some sleep. So yeah, we had a really, really good time. So what about you?
Was it funny, the comedy show?
Yeah, it was. Okay. It was. Some of the things that they'll say, you'd be like, what? Like, where'd that come from? But I think that's with everybody. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. But for the most part, it was extremely enjoyable. Had a great time. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
It was I'm not sure the name of the comedy show, but it had Mike Epps hosted it, and then it was DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, Chico Bean, and Mojo Brooks. So they were hilarious. So yeah, we enjoyed
half the
ourselves.
Crew of half the cast of Wildin' Out.
Right.
Dang, that's Mike
Absolutely.
Epps.
Right, Mike Epps is hilarious.
Right.
He's funny. He was like, I don't know why I'm out here with these young guys. Got to make that money. So yeah, no, it was cool. Yeah, I'm glad I went. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. No, right. I'm chilling. And nothing exciting, nothing new this week. I'm actually just looking forward to my boy coming down in a couple weeks. So I've been kind of laying low, kind of just doing my thing and just preparing for a couple weeks to get it going to see him. So it's been low. No news is good news, I guess. Nothing new with the family. Everyone's doing well. My oldest is back in school.
Oh, great!
Yeah, so he found an interest, and he's kind of he's at his own pace per se in terms of the class and everything like that. But it's definitely one of the biggest fields that's out there right now with the new generation. Like in cybersecurity and all that stuff. So,
okay.
So we'll see how that goes. I haven't talked to him today, but today was supposed to be day one of the new schedule and everything like that. So I'm proud of him because we've been through some challenges trying to find our niche in life and everything, and this may be the way to go for him. So
that's exciting. Just like you said, that is the number one, and excellent salaries. So yeah, I'm definitely rooting for him. That's wonderful. Okay,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at
So
my
just doing the fatherly
nephew.
thing this week. Yeah, just doing the
Right.
fatherly thing this week. So nothing exciting, but
Absolutely.
I'm happy for you because we tried a couple comedy shows, but we only
Mm-hmm.
have really one here local, and we had a
Okay.
couple.
Mm-hmm.
We had three, I think, but now we only have
Mm-hmm.
one, and it's a
Uh-huh.
hit or
Mm-hmm.
miss.
Yeah.
It's like because you see
Mm-hmm.
you see who's going to be here that weekend, and then you
Yeah.
kind of go on and search to kind of see
Right.
what they're about, and
Mm-hmm.
nothing for
It's
me.
like,
I haven't seen anybody. I know, right? I haven't seen anybody for the next few months that's going to be here, but
mm-hmm.
I
Oh, okay.
love going to the comedy show. I love
Right.
it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. It would have been nice if they had a good one when your best friend come down. That would have been something good to go to. Yeah.
I'll double check, but
So,
yeah, I didn't see anything.
mm-hmm. Right. Okay, well, look, I'm all for you having a little me time, you uplifting your boy, getting him rolling. So that's fantastic. So, okay, everybody, y'all know what time it is. It's
Oh yes,
time. Look, get y'all what is it called? What, drink of poison or whatever. Get it
yes.
ready.
No
'Cause
MD 222020 nothing.
right. I
Yeah.
got my tequila over here. I have no idea why I put a straw in it. So let me
Hey,
just take that out.
you fancy like that?
Right. Are you over there working with another big red?
I still got some left, so absolutely. Big red with a little something in it.
Right.
Yeah.
I am all for it. So yeah, okay. Well, cheers to you and cheers to
Cheers to you.
everybody else. Oh,
Absolutely. Sorry, I didn't let you finish saying the word all right. My bad on that.
no.
I had to take a sip.
You're
Like,
good. I understand. Look, it's definitely double shot all day. So I
hey,
get
that's
it.
how it was with
I
me
gotta
last
take
week.
another sip. It's,
Yeah,
it's
take the
one of
double.
those. Okay, so let's just get straight into today, the topic. And I don't know if it's really like a topic, but I was outside today, and I guess it'll be more on a line with do you feel obligated to keep up with like the neighbor's way of living? I guess you could kind of say it like that. And I say that to say today is our garbage day. And me and my son, we were outside. He was playing basketball, just shooting a basketball. And I noticed that everybody was kind of like waiting, like, oh, here's the garbage can. And like everybody just kind of like started shooting out the house to make sure that they got their cans inside right away. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because the only reason why I got it right away was because we were out there. So it's like, okay, we're out there, let's get it. But otherwise, I mean, I don't think it's anything wrong with it sitting outside, for a little bit. But some people, they have that saying, keeping up with the Joneses or, whatever. So they're kind of like, I'm my neighbor's keeper. So if they, go along with feeling some type of way with certain things, we want to make sure that we keep like the neighborhood aligned in a sense. Like, I know some people are like, no, don't wash your car, in the driveway. That gives like a bad perception, of the neighborhood. But then other people are like, no, it's cool. You like, this is my home. I own it. This is my property. Why can't I, wash the car on the lot? Or, if I'm working, then I'm not going to get home till a certain time to bring the garbage cans in. Like, is that a thing? Like, is it okay if the garbage cans just sit out for a little while longer? It's okay if you just wash that car and save you some money and not have to go to the car wash. Like, these are the things. Like, is it okay if you miss a week and not cut the grass and it gets just a tad bit high?
Yeah, you pressing all my buttons, man.
Right. What if you got just like a couple little weeds and some dandelions growing? Like, do you have to go out there immediately and pull it? Like, what do you think? Do you think that you have to live by your neighbor's standards?
See, I'm taking a side right now. Because no, I'm just saying. So all I could say, just from me, I don't give a beep about kind of what my neighbors think.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not in the multi-quadrillion-dollar home, or anything like that. I mean, if I have the ability to have, let's talk about the garbage first.
Okay.
So I live in an HOA, and they try to enforce the law, not the law, but the rules, the HOA rules, where it can be out on garbage day or recycling day, and then they ask for it to not be seen from street view. So most people put it in the back of their yard. About 90% don't put it in their garage because they either have the car in there, they don't want to smell the garage, or because like my neighborhood is all 2-car garages, so it's just enough for 2 cars, or because where I'm at we don't have basement, so there's more storage, so cars are outside, so they're like, it can't be seen from street view. So we do have people driving around the neighborhood taking pictures and everything like that, and sending notices and stuff and everything like that. So most people just put it behind the fence of going toward their backyard on the side.
Right.
Some have created this little half rectangle, this little L-shaped thing on the one side, and they just put a trash bin. And I think that's even more tacky than even having it out, because it's like, But anyway, so I'll abide by the HOA rules, because I don't want to. Okay. I don't want to get it. I've got notices before, and I just put it back in. But it's like. It's funny because I just got an appraisal for our house yesterday. It's funny we were talking about this. And, and we bought a house 12 years ago. No, I guess about 12 years ago. And it's gone up in value like 1.5 times in value. So
wonderful.
So more than doubled. And nice. I don't think that having a trash bin out there, especially for a couple of minutes, a couple of hours, is going to hurt anything in the neighborhood. We do occasionally have a few houses for sale in our community and everything like that, but we don't have people coming saying, I would love to live in this neighborhood, but he got his trash can out, I can't live here. I don't see that happening. Right. And I do have a neighbor that, I don't know if it's retired or what, but I do have a neighbor that as soon as the trash guy comes, which is usually about 8 in the morning or earlier, he's immediately bringing it back in. And I'm just like, dude, chill. It's like, that just irritates me. Like, come on, man, live a life. You know what I mean? That's just me, my standpoint in terms of that. Like, live a life, especially for those of you that are working. If you're working, you don't have to come home at lunchtime to put the trash bin in and go back to work or anything like that. It's okay to let it sit out. Everybody knows it's trash day. And so hopefully you should have a life to where your life doesn't revolve around trash pickup day. So regarding that, regarding grass, I mean, it's understandable. You want to have a nice yard, you want to have a nice thing, but being picky about a weed or being picky about a 1/2 inch thickness, that just bothers me to the T as well. Like, come on, all that stuff just really just irritates me. Like, just let us live our life. The one thing that does bother me though is, and it's not in our neighborhood, but I have seen it in other neighborhoods, kind of more the middle to low end neighborhoods, is where some people actually park in their grass.
I've seen that.
And that to me bothers me. Where either you could park on the street, park in your driveway, park in your garage, but not park on the grass intentionally. When I say park on the grass, I'm talking about like at an angle where it's 95% of the car is in the grass. That's what I'm talking about. Right. So, man, when you told me what happened, it just irks me, because it's like, come on, live a little. It's not gonna, the value, I don't know what the reason is. The value is not gonna go down just because you got the trash can out for an extra hour. You're not gonna, your neighbors aren't, if your neighbors do, talk about you, so what? to me, that I have so much more in life to live, and so much more to give, so much more that I want to accomplish. That I'm not concerned about having my trash can out for a couple of hours because my neighbor may think of me as being inconsiderate of the street just because I have it out for an extra hour. So
yeah.
I mean, if for those of you that are the opposite, hey, that's your, we all have an opinion, we all have a thought, and that to me just really irks me.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, I just shake my head. To me, that's just me.
Yeah, I'm all for like keeping the community and the neighborhood. Guess what's the word I'm looking for? Just where
to the standards,
looks, yeah, to the standards where it looks appealing and nice, and you know what I'm saying. Of course, you want to come home to a nice, looking, welcoming area. I get that. But because we actually one time had a neighborhood, the weeds, I guess they're like maybe weeds, has started like growing up on the side of the house. Now, mind you, you can't see it from the street view. You would only be able to, only the neighbor would be able to see it. But they did come and say, oh, you got some weeds coming up on the side of your building, side of the house. And it was like, okay, like that bothers you? Like,
man, I'm so glad our neighbors aren't like that, because man, I don't know what, because I'm, me, I'm so cool, I'm calm, but that would just trigger something to where I don't know what would come out. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Right. It was like, oh, okay, thank you. I'll take care of that. When we got the opportunity to, we did take care of that, only because, we didn't want it to affect any part of, like the brick or the siding of the house, itself. But it was like, what? But why does that bother you? Especially when nobody can see it, even in pure daylight. You would literally have to get out your car and kind of like look on the side of the building in order to see that. So yeah, that was kind of weird. But yeah, as your point, as far as the garbage, I do know some people where it's like, don't have that garbage, sitting out in front of the house too long. But like you said, if you have to work, it's going to be out there for hours. When you literally put it out either the night before or that morning, you sit it out there, it's going to be out until you get home. But it was just like a funny thing to see that it was like they all just listened for the garbage man, like he's here, like
ice cream truck, huh?
There you go.
That's the ice cream truck for adults. That's what the garbage truck is.
Right.
Oh.
I don't know if it's because we do have like a lot of retired people, in the area. So maybe that is kind of like the highlight. Like, oh, okay, I got to make sure, I go out. This is like my exercise. I get to get outside, get some fresh air or whatever, and I get the garbage. I'm not sure, but I don't want to be judged for the fact that mine might sit out a little bit longer because of whatever my life circumstances may be. Right. So yeah, that was the issue.
If that's you, if that's your highlight, by all means, hey, do it. But don't, like I said, don't judge me, don't ridicule me, don't look down upon me like, hey, I'm better than you, and you're, because of the fact that I keep mine out. Now, quick question, because you were talking about how you and your son went out. Were you playing ball too, or just?
I was. If the ball came in my area,
I know you got a little form.
Well, today I was more like, oh, the ball's over here. Here, take it back.
Now, do your neighbors say? Do your neighbors say anything about that? About playing? About having a basketball court there and playing? And do you hear anything?
No, fortunately, we have not. But I do make sure that he's respectful. At a certain time, it's like, don't be out there all late at night trying to bounce that basketball around and people trying to get their sleep. So no, but we did have a neighbor. They moved. They were kind of like a younger couple, probably. Maybe a little younger than myself, but they had younger kids, and they had a basketball court before, a basketball hoop before we got ours put in. And they super nice. They, had told my child, like, hey, if you ever want to come over and shoot the hoops, you don't need my permission. Just come on over here and, shoot your basketball. Because he would just go out there with just the basketball itself, because we didn't have a hoop. He'd just be bouncing it around because he had been on
and looking basketball. Like one day that'll be mine, or one day I'll have my own. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because he was, on the team in grammar school and all of that. So And it was one time the neighbor was outside and he did ask, like, can I play with you? So he was like, yeah, come on over and whenever you want to use it. So that was real cool. He's gone now. But the people who are there, they do have younger kids, but they've never like, became friends. They just went to different schools and just, it's more of a, hey, so they didn't, have that type of bond or whatever. But yeah, so no, nobody's ever had any issues. It's definitely rolled out in the street before. Might end up like across the street on the neighbor's grass or whatever. But for the most part, we all kind of know each other, like, oh, hey, how you doing? You give that nice little wave or nod. So we definitely have a nice, peaceful block. So no, we haven't had those issues. It's just, it was just strange because I do live with people who are where they like, oh, we don't want to be judged, this is how we believe that this is how it should be. You should be respectful, to your neighborhood. Make sure your grass is cut, bring your garbage cans in, and make sure everything looks pleasant. But I'm like, it doesn't, you don't have to be nitpicky. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, if you just had that one weed, you ain't got to go out there like, oh, shoot. Or like if there's a little bit of, sometimes trash or whatever might blow, the wind blows, it comes in your area, or just like the little dirt and stuff might be like right in front of your driveway. Don't call me talking about you might want to sweep up the driveway, you got a little bit in front. It's like,
do y'all have an HOA or is it?
No, we do not. This is just older neighbors and they feel as if things should be a certain way and they're gonna tell you if it bothers them. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that,
Yeah.
man. I can't have neighbors picky like that. I mean, I understand. I mean,
I'm kind of like if it doesn't
if
it doesn't like affect your home, as long as we're not like bringing garbage your way, or where it's like nothing where it's attracting rodents, or if we're not bringing any extra attention of having parties, all night and bringing extra people, into the area, I think that's okay.
Yeah, because I don't think having a trash can out for an extra few hours or one weed in your yard or a little bit of dirt here or whatever is going to bring the value of the whole entire neighborhood down.
Right, exactly.
I mean, how many people, I mean, with where you're living at now, how many people travel back and forth down that block that don't live there?
I would say primarily nobody, because we actually stay on a dead end street. So it's like you should only be coming down that block if you live there. And it's like if somebody doesn't live there, that's because either they got lost and they're like, oh shoot, I can't get out this way, or if there's a home for sale and they're just coming to look for the home. But otherwise, it's people who live here. Yeah.
That's.
Yeah. I guess it's just the joys of being a homeowner.
There are a lot of. You want to feel good about your house. That's not what I'm saying. You want to feel good about coming to a good place. You want to feel good about the inside. You want to feel good about the outside. But it's like, dang, come on, man. Kind of live a little. Could I skip a week?
Right.
Is it okay if I could? I don't want.
Yeah, because I noticed it started getting nice. So, like a lot of people now, they made sure like their sprinklers are back up, how the yard people come and they pull them back up out the grass. So that's been done. So now I've seen a few people recently starting to cut their grass. So it's like, are you going to be mad at me? Like if my lawn, because, we don't do it ourselves.
So would they trip if the grass isn't green?
Ooh, now nobody would say anything, but I have had a neighbor where the sun like beams right on their home. So a lot of times it does kind of like burn the grass a little bit. So they have asked like, what do you all do? Because, you all looks nice. Like, can you help? Because we want to improve it. But they never said, oh, you got that patch right there. You need to take care of that patch.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they haven't said that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, I don't think it's going to bring any property value down unless like the home is just vacant. And, like you said, the grass is just piling all up and there's garbage everywhere. But I think we're the type of neighborhood that if a home was vacant, there's so many people over here who help. Because like even when it snows, it's like a big snowstorm. If they see that your driveway or your sidewalk area isn't plowed, they'll come and help you out because they like, okay, we understand stuff happens. Like, let me go ahead and knock this out for you. Because there are a lot of people, it's like maybe half the block is probably retired. So they will come out and help you out and do stuff like that. So nothing is done intentionally. It's just that let me get to it on my own time. And like, I'm going to make sure that, the neighborhood still looks presentable. But, I got shit to do. Like, what if my lawn lady doesn't get here till next week? What if they're busy and maybe they don't start their process until May 1st? Like, what happens then? Now, are you trying to say I need to buy a lawnmower for 2 weeks? Like, how does that work? So yeah, it was just funny to see that everybody was like out there, like, okay, here it comes.
Why is it not in their chairs with their coffee or something? Just have a little tea time or something.
Right.
I mean, like I said, if it's their highlight, that's cool. Mm-hmm. But like, just don't talk about the way I treat my house because I pay my bills. I'm doing my thing. I'm keeping up with everything. So just leave me alone. Mm-hmm. That's just my thing. I'm not doing anything intentionally to bring down the value of the house. I'm not. Especially, like I said, the main thing is I'm not, like I said, having any wild parties. I'm not doing anything crazy. It's not a house where people are coming in to buy certain items or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a respectable place that I'm living. I'm paying my bills. I'm doing what I gotta do. Just don't judge me for having my trash can out for a couple of hours, man.
Now let me ask this: Do you think it's okay to wash your car in your driveway?
See, yeah, I think it's. I mean, because some people value their vehicles. I know where my son would wash his own car because he doesn't want to go to the car wash because they'll mess it up. I was watching this thing from the neighborhood where they messed up their. I don't know what kind of car it is, but they say they broke their antenna, which so it must have been an older. It must have been an older vehicle or whatever, or it must have been or a truck. I know some trucks have their own antennas, whatever. But I look at it to where some people take satisfaction of doing it because my wife one I don't know if it was a birthday or Christmas, forgive me if I don't remember exactly which it was, but bought me just Armor All and bucket, all the stuff to do my own because sometimes you take pride in wanting to do it and shining your own wheels and doing all that stuff, and what harm is it? And to me, what harm is it in doing it in your own driveway? What are you doing wrong?
Yeah.
What to me? What are you doing wrong? Because I'm starting to get ticked off. Because to me it's like, dude, it's my house. I'm paying my. Are you gonna pay my bills? Are you gonna pay? Are you gonna pay my stuff? No. Okay. Well, leave me alone. This is my thing. It's gonna take me an hour or less to do it. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
You may see a little suds, whatever, but by it being sunny, it's gonna evaporate, disappear in an hour. So what's the issue?
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
No. Yeah. I think it's totally fine. I think it does nothing to the property value if you're doing it. Yeah. And like you said, I think it could be something that's definitely like satisfying and relaxing and just soothing, to a person. And some people, like you said, have vehicles where they're kind of lower to the ground. So going like in an automated, car wash could mess up like the bottom of their vehicle, or some car washes that might be in the area have like the different brushes or bristles that would scratch the paint, on the car. So no, I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. Our neighbor just earlier today, because it was such a nice day and it was sunny, they were out there washing their car, which made me think like, shoot, I need a car wash myself because it's a minute.
Yeah, so I would not judge that person whatsoever. I'd be like, hey, I may go and say, hey, what are you using? What do ask them what kind of stuff are they using. Now, on the flip side, I know I don't want to keep rambling or whatever. How do you feel? Because I have an opinion about it, about people fixing their cars in their driveway, having a little brick on the back of their wheel and fixing their cars.
Not. I don't know if I'll sound like a little hypocritical, but
Okay, while you think of that, I think I'm not I don't agree with that. I know it might sound like I said, it might sound hypocritical, washing your car and then having a brick underneath the tire, then having it all up and all this stuff out and all the tools out, and I think that is, I wouldn't come up to them or anything like that, but I would not, I wouldn't do it myself. I don't know, mainly because I'm not a mechanic, but I don't know how to even change my oil or anything like that. But I look at it as, no, you do that elsewhere. You don't do that. To me, I think that would bring the value down. I don't think having a trash bin out or washing your car or having one bead has anything to do with value, whatever, losing your value in the neighborhood. But having you fixing the car and having, people driving by or whatever, and you see your light underneath the hood and you see a brick underneath the back tire to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, and then you're doing all this stuff and got your hands all dirty. To me, I'm not okay with that.
Now, I have had it where I've known people to fix a car, like in the driveway. Say they needed to change the battery, or they were like changing spark plugs or something like that. I do know that people have done that. However, they've had long driveways where, so like once you get toward, like the garage is in the back of the home and not like attached to the front part. So the garage is in the back. So you go back through a long driveway and then they could be out there. So it's kind of like out of sight.
That's cool.
So
That's
I've known
cool.
people, to do that. But just to be all out like in the front of the house, I might be like, that's different.
Yeah, I wouldn't be knocking on their door saying, can you please go to Midas and go, I'm not gonna do that. Business. But I may look at them like, dude, come on, Right. But if it's a long driveway in the back, that's cool. And I wouldn't think of that person any differently.
No,
like that. I'm like,
not.
but I wouldn't do it myself, and I may have turn my head a little bit, but I wouldn't, say anything or anything like that, because there could be reasons behind it. They may not have enough money to afford it. They may be, whatever the case may be. But so some of this stuff that we talked about really, really kind of pushed my buttons. So, some of you guys may have seen another side of me. I'm cool, and I'm more times than not, I'm just more relaxed, and nothing really gets to me. But just little things, especially when your neighbors are kind of triggering it, gets to me, because I just want to live my life and just want to keep everything to standards, but I also don't want to be nitpicked about every little thing that I'm paying for.
Absolutely, because like how somebody gonna come and tell you what you gonna do with your money and your time? Like, that's kind of weird, but I totally get it. So look, thanks for shooting the breeze with me.
I heard what I said. I heard what you said.
Right, you heard what I said. Absolutely. So how can everybody reach you, Kion?
Thank you. I can be reached at Kion Said 37 on the social media platforms. What about you, Miss Precious?
Awesome. Precious Said 888. All about that abundance on Snapchat and Instagram. And like I said before, if there's another social media outlet, like, just let your girl know. I'll get that together too. Always. So yeah. So once again, another one down for the books. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring that bell, all the notifications on. Yeah, because we here not just for a good time, but for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, it entertain you guys. So we will see you soon next week for some more interesting topics. All right. So see you later as I'm about to take me another sip.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Right. One more.
Right back with the straw. I have no idea why, but it's there.
It's all good. You're high class like that. So it's all good.
Hey, sometimes. Sometimes. Okay. All right. See you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye. What's up, everybody? We're back for another episode of the You Heard What I Said podcast. And I don't know what I was going to say. Let's start that over. Wow, I don't know how that happened. Man, when you get over 40, you be getting like these hairs, especially females, like on their chin and stuff. And when I'm telling you, for some reason, you cannot see it when you're like in the house. It's something about that lighting when you're inside that you can't see it. But when you get in the car, it's like I could have swore I got on like, where them grays come from? Like, because I'm sure all females can relate. Like, look, it's a journey over here. It takes a lot for us to be cute. When I'm telling you, I'm like, what the hell? Like, where that would come from? Just the plucking away, getting that good sunlight, trying to get it out. I only did it because I was like, it was the last tooth, and you kind of sort of needed to chew. Like, you just can't be chewing like
believe me,
on your gums and stuff.
I got members of the family that I've heard that before, so right. I'm familiar with that.
Right, you try to just eat soft foods, like I guess I'll eat soup today so I could get it down. But yeah, so that was the only reason. But yeah, it is expensive. It's ridiculous. My memory these past couple of days have been like, what the? I think I'm just like so tired and overwhelmed that I just can't process anything else in here. Literally, the garbage man was still in front of one of the neighbors' houses. And they met them outside and waited for them to empty it and then brought it inside. So, well, I got on black today, so I ain't got to worry about trying to sit different. I'm just gonna be here.
And that's how you're sitting. You're just gonna sit
exactly. Exactly how I was sitting. That's hilarious. It was funny. I was just telling somebody, like, why do I keep saying bye-bye? Like I'm like some child. Every time I get on the phone with somebody, I'm like, all right, bye-bye. It's like, what the heck is wrong with me?
You know, I do it. I don't do it all the time, but I hear myself saying bye-bye. Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I gotta fix that like ASAP.